What's the actual bug?
Alright, let's put that there.
Okay. Oh no.
What's up, buddy?
We're ready. You gotta pick up on the volume.
A little bit of a business lunch, I see.
Business lunch. Yeah, slide in.
Oh boy.
Everybody's sliding in.
Here's my guy.
Alright, got it. We're good.
Nice to see you guys.
Welcome to Chicago.
Is that a liquid lunch I'm seeing in Chicago? Is that what we got going on today, my boy?
Yes, yes. We have our iPad, we got listing appointments, we got lots of things. I could walk up to another room to get quiet. But we get started off like this.
No, you're good to go, man. You're good to go. However you want to run it, my friend. However you want to run it. That's
Did we bring it closer?
nice. You guys are having a sunny day out there, dude. It's all gray over here in LA. It's like we switch roles.
Oh, you gotta get in. Then I'll back up.
Akos, I love closing deals. I know it. Closing deals nonstop, dude.
Well, we
Thanks
have
for joining
the
us,
number.
buddy.
So Ben Cohen is the number 4 lender in the country. We use them exclusively. Kendra represents Ben.
Hey.
She's been working for him years. And then this is Sandra, Rookie of the Year, crushing it with our team. So
All right. Congratulations, ladies.
Yep.
Great work so far.
We're just having a little meeting.
when I answer your questions, if I get them wrong, they're gonna be like, "No, you didn't. You didn't close 1,000 deals."
This is gonna be
Really,
fun. I
a
love it,
billion?
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is the kind of energy I knew you were going to bring. It's fantastic, man. I love it. What time is it over there right now for you guys? 1:30? Lunchtime, right?
1:30.
Wrapping up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, good deal, man. I like that for you. Haven't had lunch yet. It's still kind of late breakfast for us here, but it's a little gloomy in LA, so probably a little bit different from you guys. I see the sun in the background. Man, you're living
It's
it up, man.
amazing. We're at our office called Tavern on Rush. I've been coming here for 20 years.
Yeah.
And you get here at 11 a.m., stay here until about 6 p.m. And we do the best closings and meetings here.
I love it, man. I love it. We have a little spot like that here in LA. It's our rooftop bar called Perch, and we do a lot of business out of there. Kind of get the viewscape. If they sign the papers, they go down the elevator.
I love it.
If they don't sign the papers, they get a little nudge off the roof. You know what I'm
Yeah, you
saying?
stay there till they sign. And once you get the signature, you're done. You know, I haven't had a vacation in 20 years. So all we do is work.
Man, it must be nice working in Miami, working in Colombia, working all over. But that's the beauty of real estate. We sell properties everywhere, all over the world. You're right. So
That's right.
That's good stuff.
I sold a property in Jamaica to Berkshire.
You sold a
By the way.
Was
Yeah,
it on
some
Blue
clients like,
Mountain?
I have to sell my house in Jamaica and then I'll buy in Chicago. I'm like, I guess I could help you. Sure enough, there was a realtor in Jamaica. It's like a $700,000 property. Sold it and then they bought here. Random.
That's international marketplace, bro. That's awesome. That's what happens in locations like where you're at. You know, you're servicing both Chicago and you're servicing Florida now, right? Well, you know what? For people who are on the live cast right now, we've given them enough little intro and have stuff, but let's let them figure out who you are. Akos, why don't you tell them who you are, what background, how long you've been in the business, what marketplaces you serve?
Perfect. I've been in the business for 20 years now. Lots of Botox, lots of work. I got in the business of watching some of my mom's deals closing. So my mom was in real estate. She was not a realtor, but she was buying and selling properties. So that kind of got me interested in the business. And I started here in Chicago 20 years ago. I sell predominantly downtown in the West Loop area and Lincoln Park, so city. I do drive out to the suburbs. Like after COVID, we started doing a lot of deals in the burbs. So now we go everywhere. We go all over Chicago, not just downtown.
What's an average price point for a condo? And what's the average price point for
the average price point in Chicago downtown is like $500,000. It's pretty low, but then there's something called assessments, which are very high. Like on a 2-bedroom condo, you're paying $2,000 monthly assessments for the doorman. So it gets pretty pricey. The suburbs, like let's go far north, like Wilmette or Lake Forest, you can get, like, the average price point's $1 million for a normal home. So those are your
so about
ranges.
500 grand.
500 grand in the city is your 2-bedroom, and then average home in the suburbs about $1 million. Not like in LA where you guys are from, where it's like $10 million.
Yeah, I sell mid city in the east side, buddy. I'm not in Beverly Hills, man. That's where you got your average of 6 to 8 million. But that's good to know. I mean, downtown Chicago has some really nice parts. You can get a 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom. Parking comes with that for 500 grand roughly.
500 grand, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, you know what?
We have high taxes too, though, so you got to put all that into account. Like maybe our prices would be higher if our taxes went down and some of the assessments got more under control.
What's your base tax rate?
Yeah.
What's your base tax rate, Akos?
2%.
Oh yeah, that's
taxes,
much higher.
About 2% of the purchase price.
That's surprisingly higher than here in California.
Yeah, in some areas it's even higher. Like some suburbs, you could get a deal on the property, but your taxes are 3%. Like it sucks. We call it Crook County. County, but we call it Crook County.
Yeah, I got you, man. I own a duplex in Henwich.
Hopefully it doesn't get me in trouble.
Dude, nobody's watching this. Just you and me, right? It's me, you, and a couple of people at the Rush Bar. That's it.
Yeah.
That's good, man. I like that. You know your numbers, dude. You know your stats.
I'm gonna have my juice. I have my grape juice.
Good timing. Gotta wet the whistle a little bit, dude.
Yeah.
So,
do you want to say hi to Kendra? Do you want to introduce yourself?
Oh my God. Oh, sorry. Okay. This is actually my first podcast. Hi. Hi. I am on Ben Cohen's from Guaranteed Rate. Well, it's actually called Rate now. We just changed the name because no one could spell Guaranteed. That is literally the reason we're now Rate.
G-U or G-A-U?
The entire word. That is now a Rate. I've been on Ben Cohen's team for about 8 years now on the business development side. He's now the #4 lender in the country, and I'm here with Akos. We're talking business development and marketing and working on his 2025 year and trying to come up with his plans. So yeah,
they do great things for us. I've been with them for years.
And I was on his team as an agent 7, 8 years ago. So
a long time ago.
I left him for Ben.
Oh,
it's true story. He actually was my agent when I bought my condo. That's how I met him.
Don't worry, he's used to.
Keep it all together.
We go back.
He's used to pretty women leaving him for other men. Don't worry about that. He's used to that, okay? That's good, man. That's good. You got your whole squad with you. Let me ask you this, dude. I know you're selling properties now in Florida. Tell us how that came about, because I know you've been in Chicago 20 years.
So during COVID, I guess I go back to COVID, I started going down to Florida because for whatever reason it wouldn't spread down there. It's really strange. There was no COVID in Florida. So it was awesome to go out and be in restaurants and nightclubs and whatever. And we sold a lot of real estate down in Florida. Where in Chicago, lots of COVID. We had to put documents to the top of the window crack of the car. But in Florida, you could do everything.
Yeah.
So I started going down there, selling real estate. I'm in Fort Lauderdale and Brickell area.
Okay. So you're in mostly Chicago. You've expanded into Brickell, expanded into Miami, that area. That's awesome.
Now I feel like Florida's saturated. Like there's a lot of brokers. It's more competitive. But Chicago's home for me. This is where 90% of the business is.
I understand. That makes sense. How did you run the team in 2 different states?
We run it through the internet, so it's easy to just communicate through email and phone calls and Instagram and WhatsApp. You got a lot of flight miles, man. I know you got those Amex points credits. I got to catch a flight with you soon. So let's talk about this. It's a very heavy card.
You're a pro in Chicago. let's talk about the city for a little bit, because everybody kind of knows, right? Chicago, they know certain things, but not everybody knows everything like you do. So if some of my clients were going to be relocating from Los Angeles to Chicago, what are some of the things they absolutely need to know when they're moving there as opposed to here in LA?
Sure. So I grew up here in the city. There's a ton to do, especially in the summertime. So you could do a river cruise, the architectural cruise, which is awesome. The first thing, if you've never been here before, we go do that. And you take in the beautiful, beautiful downtown city. Lots to do. What else should we do? Hop in.
Hi, I'm Sandra. So I've been in Chicago for about 6 years. What I love the most about Chicago is the dichotomy between the city and the beach vibe that you get that you don't get anywhere else. Like you look out at Lake Michigan and you're like, is this the ocean? Doesn't taste like the ocean. Maybe it's the ocean.
Our California friends that visit, they're like, hey, they always reference it as the ocean. So big.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so the fact that you can be downtown walking Michigan Avenue, which is historic to Chicago, and then take not even a mile walk and be at the beach laying in the sand is just incredible. Yeah.
We have something called the Taste of Chicago, which is huge. We all go to it, even if you're a native. And it's like every restaurant sets up downtown at the park.
I could give you a
Taste of Chicago. It's cool.
list of 50 different restaurants because the food in Chicago is incredible. I'm a very big foodie. I love to cook. I love to eat. And the food here is just...
And we're known for our deep dish. I don't really eat deep dish, but we're known for it. So Lou Malnati's, 1 block away, not too far from here. Highly recommended when you come down. We have to do it. There's just a couple things you have to do if you're relocating to Chicago.
Yeah.
I love Illuminati's. That's great. I had a pizza place called Gino's East here in LA, and that was the closest thing. Thing. But it's not the same. Oh, so you know about that place, Gino's East?
Yeah.
Gino's is so good. It's more of a local spot than a tourist spot because it's harder to get to, but it's also delicious.
I had that last night for dinner, believe it or not, here in the Valley. I was in Studio City. Check it out, and I was like, man,
we eat pizza every night. Yeah, it's normal.
That's definitely not true.
That's how you keep those abs, ladies, right? That's cool. Okay, so we got a couple of fun things to do. Pizzas. I love Taste of Chicago, that idea. Do they all set up along Miracle Mile or the Beach Road right there? Is that cool? Is that kind of how it works?
Yeah, the lakefront. Yeah, it's awesome. Everybody runs down that way. Great place to work out. Lakefront's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, lots of biking. We have those e-bikes now, so you can just get them for $3 and ride around. It's great.
Nice. Now, if I needed to get a cold drink, right? If I'm in Chicago and I'm I don't know anything about this place, where is your top 1 or 2 bars that I gotta check out for the aesthetic and for the cocktails? All
right. Number 1 bar, I'm biased, but you gotta go to is Tavern on Rush. We're in it.
There it is.
It's an icon of a bar. Everybody knows Tavern on Rush. I mean, we have our meetings from here. We're having our podcast from here. And the second place would probably be PB&J. Also biased. My best friend owns it, so I send everybody there. It's usually Tavern on Rush, followed by Gibson's across the street, and PB&J. Pizza, beer, and jukebox.
Is that Gibson's Steakhouse or Gibson's Italian that you're going to?
So Gibson's Steakhouse is the original one, and then Gibson's Italia is where all the cool kids are at in West Loop, where I live. So that's where we go to both. Yeah, good.
Yeah, I've been there.
Boys go to Gibson's Steakhouse. Bad boys go to both.
Oh man, and they have a seat ready for you, don't they, dude? All right. So now, if I'm relocating with a family over there, what do we need to know about schools? What do I need to know about, things like that for the family?
So that's how Chicago's very, it's divided into school districts. So there's some of the best ones are Bell School District. A lot of my clients recently want to go there, which we're putting them in Lakeview area. So depending on where you're moving to, Chicago also gets really cold, so you got to take that into consideration if you're buying a house or a condo. We get lots of snow. So school districts, like location is very important in Chicago, where you want to be.
Yeah, that makes sense. By the way, speaking of like schools, people might be relocating to Chicago. What are the number one or maybe number two employment areas there in Chicago? Where do people make their money?
Okay, so West Loop is headquarters. So employment-wise, West Loop is headquarters to Google and headquarters to McDonald's. So lots of executives, like the West Loop in the last 5 years has really blown up. Great area to be in. Like many executives live there between Lincoln Park and West Loop.
Got you. Okay, a little bit more modern tech, venture business there. That's cool. So let's talk about the process now, man. It's different here in California. Our standard closings are about 30 to 35 days. We're in escrow state. All the disclosures come in after the deal is accepted by both buyer and seller. How does the process work for you guys there in Chicago? What does that look like?
I have a good story for you. The average closing date is about 45 days. 30 is aggressive. And Sandra, Rookie of the Year, sitting next to me, her very first closing was like 4 days, which is unheard of. 50% down, like insane.
It's definitely closer to like 11, but still very aggressive. So Chicago is very much still a seller's market, so it's very competitive. I was going into a purchase with buyers that knew they wanted this home and did not want to get into a bench and final situation. So whenever I put in that offer and that contract, one of the biggest things that I said that we could do is do a quick close. The seller wants it off their hand. No one's living there currently. If we do a quick close, this will be a really easy win for us. And so I did a quick close, and we surprisingly closed in about 11 days, which was pretty crazy. The deal itself was 50% down. We did financing for the other 50%, and then, yeah, it was just.
And everybody on the team's like, what? This is your first deal. It's never going to be like this again. Get ready for your 40-day closing.
Yeah, I think one of the benefits, about being newer to real estate, and also about being kind of ready for anything, is that I am ready to negotiate, and I'm ready to like push that barrier of what is normal and what's not normal to make sure my clients get what they want.
Okay, I hear you. Well, you're certainly the exception to the rule. And
in Chicago, like when we have friends moving from LA to Chicago, like you guys do it differently. Florida's done differently. Here we use attorneys. So you have to have an attorney in order to close. Like in many, I think like New York, Chicago, a couple of other places require attorneys. This is one of them. So like people are like, no, you just do it. I'm like, no. I don't do closings. I'm a realtor. There's an attorney that is a real estate attorney that does the closings in Chicago.
Yeah. Do you partner with attorneys a lot of times, or do they bring in their own attorneys?
We've got a handful of amazing attorneys that we rely on heavily.
Okay, that's cool. And how does the disclosure process work? Do you give disclosures to the buyers up front before they see the property, or do they see the disclosures only after a contract is written?
It depends. Like most realtors have the disclosures ready, so they're just part of like the brochure. Sometimes it's later. You put the offer and then you get the disclosures while you're negotiating the deal. But you kind of know when you're walking into a place, if it's a condo, probably not too many things are going to be wrong, in which we sell a lot of condos. But in a single family home, like as a realtor, you probably know what's wrong with some of the properties because I know the brokers. So like if I'm doing a deal with you, Vic, what's up? Tell me about this property. It's like, we get this leak in the basement, or the roof does leak in this area. So I would just know, it's not like here's a disclosure, but you kind of just know, like, hey, there's some issues with this property.
Yeah, got to investigate a little bit, but you know all these buildings, right? So you kind of have an idea.
But here in Chicago, man, most properties, you better fix them because if you have a leak, it's not going to last for long because water's going to get in there. It's gonna freeze, expand, and it just gets worse, right? It's a little different than in your market. Like you have to fix leaks here. if you're not fixing things in Chicago, it's gonna get worse fast.
Yeah, I understand that. Dude, how on average, how cold is it during your winter time over there in Chicago?
It gets cold. Zero.
I mean, windy city, right? 0 degrees?
0 degrees.
0?
And then we have something called a wind chill. So like you could have layers upon layers of clothing. When that air goes right through your body, that wind, it's like it's like -20. It sucks.
God, man, yeah, it gets down to your bones and beyond. Sounds like now.
I've been told.
Because of that, you guys can't really sell real estate in that weather, right? I mean, you guys are you guys seasonal for the most part?
I sold a home on one of the coldest days of Chicago in the last 60 years, whatever that day was, a few years ago. And my client's like, "Wow, you sold my home on the coldest day. Like you have to be the best realtor." I was like, "I don't care. Let's go."
Yeah, just the cold hard cash. That's it. Sign here.
That's it.
Right. Press hard.
Sign here.
So when does your season usually start? When does it usually end? For the most part. I mean, I know you're working all around the year, but like in your
back in years ago, I think we would always say it starts like right after the Super Bowl, and now it starts in January. It starts earlier.
Oh, that's
like we're busy. Versus it would start like you would list you would list in February. It would get busy in March, and then April, May would get really busy. But we were busy in February.
Yeah,
like people got started in January this year.
Holy shit! So how do you guys market those? How do you do showings, bro? Are you guys doing open houses and all? Like it's
so
10
cold.
degrees outside.
It's so cold. Lock boxes are frozen. So we usually have water in the car that's like warm water, and you run it over the lockbox, hoping the ice comes off of it. It's crazy.
No way. That's something new. Like we certainly don't have to do that here in California. That's completely different. Wow, I didn't even think about that. That's insane. So it's all
wild. You gotta kick it. You gotta hit it. You gotta
You gotta hit it with the elbow drop off the top rope or something. Man, that's tough. We're lucky. We don't have that here. We're very lucky, but it's very competitive here in Los Angeles for sure. You know, the next time you come out, we definitely gotta hang out a little bit. I know a couple of places like the Rush Bar. We would have a blast at, my friend. You know, we're gonna do that.
I haven't been to LA in years. I would love to. I'd love to come in. You love LA? Everybody loves LA here.
It's so LA, yeah, we're gonna have a good time, man. But listen, man, I know that you're busy. You got many more meetings after this, right? If there's one thing you want to leave our audience with,
sign here. Just sold another house.
It's with today before we wrap up that they need to know about Chicago real estate. Okay, what would you leave them with?
Hire a good broker. Whether it's me or somebody else, but just do your research. Hire a good broker if you're gonna buy real estate in Chicago. That's the best advice I can get.
Well, hopefully all of our audience recognizes Akos. You're a great broker. You've been a great broker for 2 decades. One of my personal friends. I appreciate you joining us today. Anybody who's thinking about buying or investing in the Chicago area real estate, or even in Florida, you guys got a referral guy now, okay? Go ahead and add him up on Instagram right here. Follow his stuff. He's a good, solid agent, funny guy, and I'm glad that he was here with us. Akos, thanks so much for your time today, brother. I do appreciate you, man.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, leave some houses for the rest of us to sell, okay?
Oh, the pie's big enough. Pie's big.
All right, brother. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Take care.